Fred Hampton was born on August 30th, 1948, and grew up in Maywood, a suburban area in Chicago, Illinois. He graduated from Proviso East High School and later enrolled in Streator Junior College in Illinois, where he studied law. At a very young age, Fred Hampton's leadership ability was recognized. He became interested in the civil rights movement, and he later joined the National Association for Advancement of Colored People, also known as the NAACP. At age 14, he became the president of the Youth Council of the organization's West Suburban branch. Hampton's mission was to create a better environment for young African Americans. He organized young people in demanding the use of public parks, which were being denied to black people. He also worked to better the recreational facilities and better education for the Maywood's African American community. He fought against discrimination and racism in a nonviolent way and became an eloquent speaker and a good organizer around the area. While Hampton was organizing the NAACP in 1966, Bobby Seale and Huey Newton formed the Black Panther Party in Oakland, California. The Black Panthers were initially formed to protect local communities from police brutality and racism. The group also ran medical clinics and provided free food to school children. Within a couple of years, the Black Panthers in Oakland were feeding over 10,000 children every day before they went to school. Hampton was quickly attracted to the Black Panther approach, which was based on a 10-point program of African American self-determination. He joined and founded the Chicago chapter of the Black Panther program in November 1968. He immediately established a community service program. This included the provision of free breakfast for school children and a medical clinic that did not charge patients for treatment. Hampton also taught political education classes and instigated a community control of police project. By the age of 20, Hampton had become a respected community leader among Chicago's black population. Over the next year, Hampton and his associates recorded a number of significant achievements in Chicago. Perhaps his most important accomplishment was his brokering of a non-aggression pact between Chicago's most powerful street gangs. By emphasizing that racial and ethnic conflict between gangs would only keep its members entrenched in poverty, he was able to forge a multiracial alliance of black, Puerto Rican, and poor white youths. In May of 1969, Hampton called a press conference to announce that a truce had been declared among this Rainbow Coalition, a phrase coined by Hampton and made popular over the years by Reverend Jesse Jackson. Hampton was growing more militant in his political views. In 1969, he was arrested for the theft of $71 worth of candy bars, which he allegedly gave away to neighborhood children. Hampton was initially convicted and sentenced to 2 to 5 years in prison before the decision was overturned. He came away from the experience with a reinforced distrust of the American legal system and a renewed conviction that it must be completely overhauled. The activities of the Black Panther in Chicago caught the attention of J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI. Hoover described the Panther as the greatest threat to the internal security of the country. Urged on by the FBI, the Chicago police launched an all-out assault on the Black Panthers and their allies, characterizing the group as nothing more than a criminal gang. Over the course of the escalating conflict in 1969, 11 black children from Chicago's South Side were killed in separate skirmishes with police. During that year alone, shootouts killed or wounded a dozen Panther members and almost as many police officers. Over 100 Black Panthers were arrested during the year, and Panther Party headquarters on the city's west side were raided by police and FBI agents 4 separate times. The last of these 4 raids was the one in which Hampton was killed. In the early hours on December 4th of 1969, the Panther headquarters were raided by the police for the 4th time. The police later claimed that the Panthers opened fire and a shootout took place. During the next 10 minutes, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark were killed. Witnesses claim that Hampton was wounded in the shoulder and then executed by a shot to the head. Since Hampton's death, the Black Panthers have faded from the limelight, thanks to the concentrated efforts of the FBI and various other police agencies. In 1990, the Chicago City Council passed a resolution declaring Fred Hampton Day in honor of the slain leader.